Jam, everyone. Welcome back to another GC Crypto episode. Craigie boy is unwell today, guys, unfortunately. So it's just going to be me in the house. We'll be looking at the crypto market where it's really indecisive right now about where we're going, where we are with price action and all of that. We'll break it down today, guys, because the market is extremely volatile, let's call it, at the moment, in terms of moves to the downside. Just gonna reply to this chat. Around 10x, yeah. All right, GM everyone. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching on Kick, we dropped some new exclusive subscriber emojis in the chat. Mixing it up a little bit, getting some more people, some fun times on our Kick platform. Hopefully, we keep building out some cool things over there as well. But guys, it's good to be back. The market is not looking too flash at this moment. Currently watching BTC at this critical level this morning. We'll have a daily close in about an hour's time. Oh my god, we are literally dumping. Literally dumping right now as we speak. 93.1 right here, right now. Let's have a look. Are we going to hold? Are we going to hold 93.1, guys? 93.1. I mean, if you look at the weekly, this just looks horrendous. What a horrendous weekly candle. This will be the worst weekly candle. Let's have a look. This will be the worst weekly candle we've seen on Bitcoin. That's a 10% candle. Wow. This is the worst candle we've seen literally since March this year, guys. March this year. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna shit the bed here. All right, can we hold this? Can we hold this level? Absolute. Are we getting a sweep here? Are we getting a sweep here before the front run? We'll keep this up, guys, but we'll dive into the show. Normal show today, obviously. Big Craig's just away sick today as well. Nice reaction here. Nice reaction so far. Good to see it. All right. I got to set some other entry levels that I like here, guys. Just a second. This is what live trading looks like, to be honest. All right, is. Wait, what? I'm confused by that. All right, cool. All right, next buy order is ready. All right, sweet. Well, GM everyone, good to be back. Thanks for hanging out with me. As always, massive shout out to our two partners, OKX. As you can see, I've actually got some limit orders ready for lower if we do see it with OKX. As I said, I've been using this exchange now for multiple months. Very safe, very clean exchange, good rates, good fees, etc., etc. Exactly what you want, and arguably the safest exchange out there in crypto. So it's amazing to obviously partner with them. But yeah, I've been using this to slowly DCA in here below 100K. Again, I got a long-term horizon. I'm happy. I'm just buying small amounts over the next sort of period of time in spot, and I'm happy to hold this for 5 to 10 years if need be. But as always, massive shout out to OKX. Yeah, amazing exchange. If you trade over $1,000 of volume, guys, you will qualify for $75. And if you are someone that is dealing with 5 to 10 grand, if not more, let me know because we can sort you out some extra deals like free trading view, other discounts that you don't get if you are just a smaller wallet trader. But yeah, big and critical level at the moment. I mean, we have rejected. I mean, we didn't even reject it. We just absolutely plowed through that 100K support zone, which is quite weak. But yeah, obviously, shout out to OKX. If you can, sign-ups in the description down below. Craig and I'll be speaking literally with OKX on Sunday this weekend down at OzCryptoCon. So hopefully we see some of you guys there. And then our second partner, obviously, check out Yeet, guys. It's in the comment section down below. Sign up using our referral code. Sportsbook right now is live, and they are giving away 2x airdrop bonus points right now. So you can come and sign up with our link and qualify for double airdrop points over the weekend, really. But yeah, this is amazing. And obviously, we'll be giving away some cash this week. Thanks to Yeet as well. And Craig and I will be giving away our own cash this week, $100 to a lucky winner who signs up and has a punt. So if you are new and you want to sign up and get $100, we've had a couple more people sign up, which is great. I'll be keeping track of who's trading over the week to week. So if you're keen to sign up, guys, sign up in the description down below and start having a go on Yeet. I love seeing that they have a sports book now because that really makes it more competitive in terms of other platforms around the world. As always, please gamble responsibly. All right. Well, as you can see, like this is gonna be some low time frame watching right now because we are watching it in real time. We could have just got a sweep here potentially on low time frames, which is what you kind of want to see. To be honest, I don't mind seeing that at all. It's just whether this level's gonna hold really. We'll start at high time frames and we'll break it down. So if you have questions, guys, let me know in the chat. GM to everyone. Good to see Angelus GM legend. Oh, we got scammers again this week. We got scammers. Delete. Thank you, and we will block you from the channel. Ban from the channel. Thank you, Slender. All right. Yeah. So if we have a look, guys, we'll start at high time frames and then we'll dive into lower time frames as well. But yeah, basically, oh, you know what? This sweep though, I want to see this sweep hold in the 5 minutes because that could potentially signal. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a spot buyer here. I don't mind buying BTC sub 6 figures. I do think in the years to come, it's probably a really good time to get into it. Obviously, I had a friend actually DM me today saying he's keen to get into some Bitcoin around these levels as well. And I said that, you know what? I like that. So yeah, I bought some BTC today as well. Again, saying patient longer term. I do think it's a good level. At least, I mean, you got to remember, like we're down. I mean, it's short. We could go into a multi-year bear market. Sure, we're down 26%. But hey, I would much rather buy here than be an influencer who told you to buy exactly at 123K. I don't know who you'd rather be, chat. I don't know who you'd rather be. But yeah, I really like this level, so we'll keep an eye on it. Do you guys want some tunes today if Craig's away? Yeah, you guys have channel points today, Andrew, as well. Yeah, I've added some new things. There's new emojis to subscribers. There's channel points as well. Let me know. I'm slowly editing out the Kick platform to make it nice and friendly for our daily streams. We might try and do some other streams this weekend too at ACC. So on the road traveling, GM Vision, GM Ponky as well. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on what's happening as well. How low could we go? Well, Alex, this is a critical level. Basically, if we front run this FVG here on the weekly / FVG on the daily, then that would actually be pretty bullish. What you would want to see is kind of a nice sweep here. We might even front run the FVG and then pump back towards the resistance here at about 100K, sort of around there. Would be a really nice reversal to see. But a lot of people calling for around this 89 to 91 sort of region down here. So for me, yeah, I just keep an eye on that level. But again, if that doesn't hold, I mean, it does look pretty bearish below there. Like if we can't hold this level and sweep this liquidity here, I know people talk about CME gaps. I don't really care about CME gaps personally. I think they're so irrelevant. There's literally a CME gap at an $11,000 Bitcoin that'll never get hit, right? So pretty irrelevant in my opinion. So anyways, I'm watching this level if we can hold this level on low time frames. But yeah, we got a weekly close literally in about 50 minutes. Now, why I have been more, not again, realistic and bearish is because this momentum has been so heavy to the downside. Okay, we've literally been ever since basically 11th of August, way back here, and then we put in this sweep here. Again, liquidity was tapped here, bearish. Yeah, so many signals up here of exhaustion, swing failure pattern on multiple time frames from this high of that high here. So there was a lot for me to be cautious from this high personally. A lot of people are like, oh, no bull cycle indicator. Mate, price action is the best bull cycle / bear cycle indicator you can have. Then you obviously have momentum coming down on the weekly. So that's always massive to be aware of. The weekly pivot currently is 115K. So we are well below that. That's way up here. So that's a 18% move. So very curious. If we are now that much below the pivot, we really should see this becoming closer to sort of the 20th percentile the next week or two, which allows us to potentially form a bottom sooner rather than later, or give us a little reason to maybe consolidate for a period of time. Again, we'll wait and see what comes in. The monthly as well is very overextended, guys. And this is the query we have, that any rally from here, I could easily see a retest of, say, anywhere between sort of 100K all the way up to, say, 120K even. And we could easily reject from there and just form a lower high. And that could be very much the first sign of complacency. And then that's the bear cycle very much confirmed. Again, we've been very overextended here on the monthly stochastic. We are well below the pivot, nearly $30,000 below the monthly pivot. We obviously have 2 more weeks before this comes in, but it's very much going to close towards the downside here. And does that necessarily time a top? Well, history suggests it does. Again, I just look at stats and I look at analytics. But if we have a look at history, whenever this does top here and it starts to come to the downside below the 80th percentile, it does insinuate that this cycle is very much over. But of course, you need to have at least the one close within the below the 80th percentile. So again, we haven't had that yet. But here you can see it was wasn't at the top of the cycle. I mean, yeah, back in this, it just shows you that analytics. But we obviously had a sweet bearish divergence here at the last high, but it did show a lower high, and that's the key here as well. Like you want to see it reclaim this level for a continuation of bull cycle. But we had a lower cycle here, and that was pretty clear to have a bearish divergence with a lower high here way back in 21. As you can see here, the top was in definitely when we closed below here, and then obviously the top was a little bit after this one as well. Very similar in 2013 to 2021, where you had that lower high in stochastic, and the top was here. So yeah, I don't know. It's an area you want to keep an eye on. I mean, the quarterly is also a very interesting level as well. It's the first time the quarterly has ever been at the 80th percentile on stochastic. So you don't get that very often. Well, I mean, this is the first time in history. So it's just reason to be cautious, I suppose. I've seen things all weekend around. I've tried to actually step away from crypto over the weekend. I took a 10% loss on my perps portfolio last week. I was too over leveraged. I was in too many positions, and I wasn't aggressive with my stop loss to break even and take profit. So that was my mistake. You learn from these things, and no trader wins 100% of the time. But what we look at here is look at this trend, guys. A lot of people are, oh, we haven't seen a bull market. Like, shut the F up. Seriously, shut up, bro. Like, we have been up only since January 23. Literally up only since January. We're still up 470% in the past 1,000 days, right? So we have definitely been a bull cycle. So, I mean, arguably, I probably lean towards this being at least the top for BTC, in my opinion. Unless we go very much into consolidation phase for about a year, 6 months to about a year, and then we start looking at potentially, obviously, a push up late 26. Like, I would say that could definitely be on the cards. Is BTC starts to be a little bit more decorrelated, you could say, compared to the rest of the crypto market. And we maybe, like, if we can create a range here. So say this is our range, all right? So say this is our range. We got swing high here, where we failed to show any strength. Okay, you've got obviously the 74K range here, which is arguably like the top of 24, which is also very close to this high here. So this is our range, all right? If we chop around the 0.5 and even like around the sort of levels that we're currently at, right? We're at the 0.618, so this is a critical level. But if we chop within this range, this line is something to be aware of. At least this is support until it no longer is support. And then if the key is, if we do break support, it's can we get back into support and do something like that? That's the key. If we can't do that and we do something like this, that's bearish as hell. So again, that's the sign I'm looking for. Very similar to what Solana has done. I'll show you what Solana looks like shortly as well. GM to everyone in the chat. Yeah, you like the customized emojis, guys? Love it. So the GC crypto one is only for non-subscribers, and then there are some other I added like 30 or 40 emojis, customized emojis to the channel over the weekend. But basically, if you can range, if like BTC can range like here, like whether it rejects and then just sort of does this, chops back up like this, I think like that could easily happen. The query that we have is obviously people are starting to de-risk. Like, I mean, if you look at on-chain volume as well, it has been down only all cycle. Okay, so this is the index. Down only all cycle. Bybit, arguably one of the larger exchanges for volume, down all cycle. So it's interesting. I mean, MEXC is not a great one, but let's go to Binance. Here we go, BTC. I mean, let's look at Coinbase. Coinbase, look, volume going down. I need to get out of this. This is all my... Oh my gosh, I haven't looked at the Coinbase chart in so long. There you go. I need to get rid of all my ranges here. I could just probably delete all the drawings. Oh, no, I need them on. Never mind. All right, so basically what we're looking at here is volume down all cycle. Look at this. It's been down all cycle. So it's very, I find that fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating that exchange volume on Bitcoin and even trading, right? Like I trade on Bybit, but like something like this, that's very interesting to me. Like that, it just shows you that there's not as much demand as there was previously in the past. Let's look at Binance. Look, dude, this looks weird. I mean, this is spot, so maybe people aren't buying spot on Binance, but okay, here we go. It's a better. So this is D-Rivs. Oh, dude, I mean, like this chart looks well. I mean, the Binance chart looks pretty bad. But anyways, the moral of what I'm talking about is volume has been down all cycle. So I find that fascinating. I find that, and no one's really talking about that. So yeah, arguably Very important level to hold here. It's very interesting. Like, does volume pick up if we see a big dip? Like, I don't know. Do we get some volume spikes, or is this just big BTC being traded in ETFs? Like, there's so many things to think about, like why volume could be going down. People aren't interested in it anymore. People can buy it in a range of different ways that's not on chain. Like people going through like Phantom Wallet and buying wrapped BTC, like all these sorts of things, right? So I don't know. There's a lot to consider, but crucial level, guys. Crucial level. We have a daily close and a weekly close in about 50 minutes, 42 minutes now. Are you guys buying Bitcoin? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys buying Bitcoin? The indicator, it's indicated by Crown Crypto, absolute legend trader, statistics-based trader. Then to lose, am I still holding my Moonbird? No, I decided to de-risk personally. I am very undecided right now about what to do with my Pudgy Penguin. I am underwater about $5,000 with my Pudgy Penguin, and I'm just very undecided what to do with it. I know, chat. What do you think? Should I be? Wait, did I get rid of my FVGs as well? Get rid of my FVGs. Damn it. Should I sell my Pudgy Penguin? What are your thoughts? Like, I got in about 21K for 11 ETH. Isn't that just wild, man? I bought it for 11 ETH at $21,000. I should have just held the ETH. Because that ETH would be what? Double, if not more. Ah, damn. Still. So that just shows you NFTs are a risky game unless you're plugged in every single day. So right now I could sell it for 5.24 ETH bid. I bought it that long ago. I don't know. It's kind of like outside of BTC, it's literally the only thing I basically own. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I would rather hold a Moonbird currently. I would rather hold a Moonbird than a Pudgy Penguin right now. One, cost basis is literally a third. You could buy three. You could buy 3 Moonbirds for 1 Pudgy. I think that in itself is something to consider. And I've already got a lot of XP on Abstract, and I mean, I know Luca has come out previously and said, look, holders. I mean, yeah, Pudgy Penguins holders will be rewarded, but like they have been with the XP on Abstract. So like, why? Like, if in my opinion, if I'm building a new chain and Pudgy Penguin holders don't go use the chain, why would I reward them? Like, unless he treats it as like like you own a portion of the business, so anything that Pudgy Penguins do or contribute or get an airdrop for or whatever it is, you qualify for that. Perhaps that's the way he wants to take it. In my opinion, I don't think you should just reward Pudgy Penguin holders for a new layer 2 abstract TG. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. So I don't know. So Mindful says, where or how do you decide, man, to cut the PPP? Literally, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to decide right now. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Because like 21 grand, or I mean, 21 is my entry, but like 16 grand is like, that's a lot of money. I could easily have that. Like, I would rather see, this is a query. Okay. So here's what goes through my head. 3 Moonbirds or 1 Pudgy Penguin right now. I would rather hold 3 Moonbirds into their airdrop. No matter the time frame, I think I would rather hold 3 Moonbirds right now compared to Pudgy Penguin. That's the thing you got to have. Second opinion is I would rather hold the ETH. I would rather hold the ETH right now because we've seen that ETH is actually outperformed NFTs for a while now. I would rather hold the ETH in the anticipation that if punks get to 50,000 US, maybe under there, I would probably be pretty happy to buy a punk around 50,000 US. So, like, I don't know. The query is obviously the Greenie brand is a Pudgy Penguin on Twitter. So that's well known as well. But as always, you are bigger than your NFT, your persona, I don't know, should I be changing my PFP to myself? That way I don't have to worry about it, but I'm a big NFT guy. So trading NFTs is great. Having a Pudgy Penguin NFT or Moonbird NFT or Punk PFP. Like, I enjoy having a PFP that's an NFT. Like, that is the goal. But the query I face is like, yeah, I still want to hold it. Like, again, outside, like, I don't know. Like, a lot of people probably holding Pudgy because of Abstract. Like, as many people want to deny that they aren't, I disagree. Now, the query is as well, I bought my initial Pudgy Penguin for 8 ETH in November last year. I then got the Pengu airdrop. If I had just held my OG Pudgy Penguin, I would definitely, because Pengu paid for it initially, then I actually swing traded Pengu and made double the amount nearly. So I would have gladly held the Pudgy Penguin if I had held it since November last year, but because I sold that one and rebought a different one earlier this year, it's a different trade now. It's a different trade now. So Wizard Pengu says, "Yo, keep the penguin." Maybe I should put chat. Oh no, chat. Does chat work? What does it do? It just makes me so small though. Why is chat so big? Okay, Restream need to work that out, man. Dentry lose. Burb with the TGE coming is the only thing keeping them up for now. I very much agree with that. But again, like that's a better trade than any other NFT right now. Spencer's a smart dude. I agree. Don't know if you want to be launching into something right now. I also agree with that. I think they could go lower, but I don't mind the $5,000 entry is the query as well. Got to keep the NFT for the brand. Greeny brand's bigger than an NFT. Wizard Penguin bought his penguin for $100. Yeah, well, I bought mine for 21,000. My initial one, I bought my Pudgy Penguin in November last year for 8 or 9, just shy of 9 ETH. Let's see if I can work out how much that was. I bought it for 9 ETH in November last year when ETH was cheap. So this doesn't even go back. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, so I got mine about here in the dip. So it doesn't even tell me in US. Can I change it? Is it gonna? Yeah, I think it's on current prices, which is so annoying. Anyways, I'll do the math. Let's go here. BTC holding 94. I like to see that. I like seeing that. So if we look at ETH, so my entry price of my original Pudgy. I prefer this chart. Let's use this one. My original was down in November. Where's November? No, 24 October. November here. November here. So I bought the ETH around here. So 2.4. So what's $2,400 times 9? So my original entry was actually higher. 21. Oh no. So my original entry is the same, about 21 and a half. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually very interesting. The thing is, Penguin paid for it. So yeah, I don't know. GM pricey. Panda. I know it is crazy. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at price. So, I mean, if we look at, we're going to be looking at low time frames. That is a oh no, that's ETH. I was like, what happened here? Yeah, that is a good reaction. You got to swing right there, taking out liquidity. You're front running the key levels of the weekly FVG and the daily FVG. So how do we work out FVGs? So FVGs are basically just imbalances of price, right? Where price hasn't traded. So if we look at, this is the weekly chart. Always, again, go higher time frames down from there. Okay, you want to know where the trends are, where the key levels are from higher time frames down to low time frames. So if you look at this chart, right, where like there's a imbalance of liquidity here below this week and above this week, right? So that's your weekly FVG there. Okay, and then your daily is on a lower time frame as well. So I actually need to clean up that weekly. It's not quite where I want it to be. So it's about there. Yeah. So that takes me down to about 89-ish. And the top of this is obviously around 92.7, but we might be front running that. I mean, if we do look at daily stochastic, we are very oversold here. Nice daily wick, but 97.9. Yeah, it's still gonna close. So yeah, this weekly daily close, which we get in about 34 minutes, is very important. Very important for me, guys. Very important. Let's put some tunes on. Put it down a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, it should start in a minute. I know that's too loud. All right, there we go. Are they trying to close the CME? Pricey, I mentioned the CME before. I personally am not a fan of CME as it's something to be aware of, sure, but I think it's irrelevant personally. I mean, if you do this CME here at 92, like it's tiny. Like if we go back and have a look at history, I believe there is a CME gap here. There's one at 11,000 too, but look at this. There's literally a CME gap here. We never have traded down here. So I think they're quite irrelevant personally. Sure, immediately if you're day trader, something to be aware of. If price comes in on the weekly open, yeah, sure, you can be aware of it. But personally, there is so many there's a gap there. Not really that one. But I would be pretty confident there's a lot of gaps that have not ever been filled. Like let's go back now and have a look. This one, dude, you could say that got tapped. I believe there is one somewhere at 11K, but again, I can't remember. This one here. There's one at 19K that we never tapped. Oh no, we did. We did tap that back here. So yeah, there's a few. This one here is a big one at 21. 20 to 21. So yeah, look, I personally don't think CME is anything to be really thinking about. I haven't even looked at the CME chart for such a long time. Interesting. Now the query, not the query, but the interesting point right now is BTC is yet again, or BTC dominance is yet again rejecting from 60%. So if we do see a bit of a love here in the market, I would say alts seem to have the momentum, but it's just like, everything's shit in the bed. Like look at like Hyperliquid as well. Oh, man, I maybe should have longed this morning as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice reaction so far. There's a lot. I think if we do get a bit, yeah, look at that straight off the golden pocket. Damn it. Too busy setting up the stream. I missed this entry. See, something like this where you come back from the swing low off high time frame. So high time, again, I've done my high time frame analysis already. That's why I'm down on low time frames. And bottom of the range here, I think is an easy R&R trade. But basically, you're coming down here, you're watching this retest of this current range. Let's tighten it up a little bit. Let me remove the other fit, but so basically it rejected, just to show you, it rejected previously from the golden pocket of the whole range. That's interesting. And I actually took a long over the Sunday. I think I took a long off. It must have been this retest here, and I took this long here and took profit on it. But then it rejected, it had a wick above these key levels here, which is the golden pocket of the whole range. And then it's pulled back right into the GP yet again, and a nice reaction. So, these are the sort of trades that you want to see, is like, you want to see altcoins coming in here and strength, and then trying to break out higher. So Hyperliquid is easily one of the ones that I like to look at the most. Like, it is arguably holding up very strong. If you look at this chart just simply from a price action, market structure, like the fact it is holding a range, like eventually the move out of this range will be aggressive. It's just, is the move a bear market move, or is the move a relief rally, complacency rally where BTC pumps back to 115K, 112K, and hype goes to $60, $70 really quickly, something like that. So, the other chart to always compare, guys, and what you want to be doing on crypto is always looking at, well, what is the better asset to hold? And so many people go, Greeny, like, what about this meme coin? Or Greeny, what about AVAX? Greeny, what about Cardona? Dude, look at the BTC chart versus that token. Look at Solana versus that token. Look at Hype versus that token on TradingView, and discern which one is a better hold, okay? I know which one I'd rather be holding. Something that is in a clear uptrend, okay? And something that has been showing a lot of strength, even in the short term. We are, like, the Hyperliquid USDT and the Hyperliquid BTC charts look very similar and very strong in comparison to, like, let's look at ADA, right? A token that I never speak about, and there's a reason for it, obviously. But look at this, okay? Which would you rather own? This is a monthly for you. Which would you rather own? Sure, for a period of time in 2021, alts went ballistic. Sure, and it outperformed. And I did actually swing trade ADA during that. Well, I owned ADA in the bear market, so it was like a crazy run. But it just shows you that over time, everything goes down against BTC. So when you look at the Hype versus BTC chart, how can you not, like, at least allocate risk there, in my opinion, right? Because it's showing so much strength. Zcash versus BTC. No, that's USDT. Hold on. Like, this is a great example as well. Again, it still shows you that overall the trend is to the downside, unless obviously there's a bit of crime season, insider information. I don't know. I've read a lot about Zcash privacy. Like, no one gives a shit about privacy. If you're not plugged into Twitter every day, no one gives a shit about privacy. Seriously, like, they don't. If they did, they wouldn't have Medibank. They wouldn't have, like, your bloody private healthcare. You'd have all your things like, no one cares about privacy. If they did seriously care about privacy, Web 2 would look very different. Web 2 would look very different, right? So I mean, like this is a great example of something that is now outperforming BTC on a high time frame. A high time frame. Again, you're never going to pick something like this, like yeah, unless you got insider information, which I would argue a lot of people probably do on crypto Twitter. But yeah, anyways, that's just to show you. I mean, if you have a look at like even Sol versus BTC right now, Sol versus BTC has been in a downtrend ever since the late. Sorry, it started 24. That just shows you. That's crazy, right? Like, so Solana, for example, and this is a big reason I sold my Solana at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year, because it was showing weakness against BTC. So what would you rather hold? Like, would you rather hold Solana, which has gone absolutely horrific down since the resistance? That's the other story we're going to talk about. I posted this chart when it was at the top in September, and people are like, nah, Greeny, stop being fuddish. Well, look where we are now, guys. Look where we are now. Whereas, like, if we look at, what was I looking at? BTC. No, Sol BTC. Yeah, like, there's been a bear trend. So why would I hold, like, if I didn't sell my Solana up around this range, like, I would have been down 40% in comparison to BTC. These are things that, again, being part of an active community like GTG, we can break this down for you, and we look at these sort of things every week, right? So it's a good space to be. It's a good place to be, that's for sure. But yeah, the market's it's very interesting at the moment. Very interesting. Do I think the bull cycle is over? I think the bull cycle is over if we start to lose critical trends. If we start to lose this, I lean 50-50 right now. I lean 50-50. It's very clear, BTC specifically, Solana and ETH. Very clear weekend distribution. Like that is distribution if I've ever seen it on the weekly here as well. I mean, no matter how you draw this, distribution / weakness / deviation above the range, whatever you want to call it, that's not a good sign. Swing failure pattern, whatever you want to call it. Like so many terms. So yeah, look, again, if we start to bounce from here, yeah, that's nice. But then you got resistance. You got resistance here. You got resistance about 105 or 107, and then you got macro resistance here, 115 on the monthly. I think the level's about here at 115, 119 on the week. So I don't know. It's a big road, but I'm happy to buy. I bought some spot BTC. And I might be in a long. I've been a cheeky long. All right, let's look at ETH. So ETH is ETH is just holding on, man. Just holding on. I mean, if you look at ETH as well versus BTC, this is the other thing I don't mind doing is like it had the breakout. This is the other reason I'm unsure about my Pudgy right now. Is if this breaks back into the range, I don't want to be holding ETH or ETH-based assets per se. So that's the other side of the coin that you got to think about. If you have chart requests, guys, throw them in the chat and I'll chart them for you. Maybe I should change the title and kick. Let me just edit that. Chart requests. All right, send them in chat and I can have a look at them. Doesn't matter how degenerate it is, guys. How weird is that? I just unmuted that tab. All right, yeah, let me know. Pengu. Mindful back in with Pengu. Look, it doesn't look good. There's a reason I sold it. Looks to be breaking at 786 now. And momentum still in the weekly to the downside. So 3-day also to the downside. 5-day to the downside. Daily, still postured downside below 0.01. Just getting a call from a mate. So I'll sort that out after. Alrighties. Sorry, guys. Business calls. Just set a reminder to do that. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty bearish, guys. Looks pretty bearish. The fact this is where we wanted to see Pengu was a breakout here. You wanted it to break out here, but we rejected. So that shows you that even the low time frame trend is continuing down. And I mean, yeah, looks so weak. It does. I mean, but again, you got, like we discussed, like if people aren't buying Bitcoin, if people aren't buying majors, if people aren't really buying like Hyperliquid and stuff as well, where there's a lot of strength, then no one's going to be buying the lower risk stuff, right? Yeah, I looked at View. Yeah, I looked at VUI or whatever you want to say. Coin. It's on Cookie, yeah, as an info file thing. It's a platform. Cookie. Let me bring it up. 94. Okay, BTC's holding up okay here. Okay. I'm actually 300th on the mind share for. That's wild. I don't even think I've tweeted about this. What do I get? Do I get anything? Anyways, yeah, this is the place I heard about it first. Capital Mindshare. Well, yeah, I haven't put any money on the platform. Mindshare 0.05. Interesting. I personally haven't looked into it. Actually, no, I briefly looked into it. But I don't know. Like, I mean, what I'm looking at basically is everyone's just farming all these different perp dexes. Just it just shits me, right? Like, Asta, Lighter, Hyperliquid, Vua, it's all the same shit. It's just all the same shit, but some new person just created it, right? Like, I don't know. I personally like sure, if you're trading anyway, like, go for it. But I personally can't be bothered to like bridge and trade on there and then just the volume die down, the liquidity die down as soon as like people move off there and the airdrop gets claimed. Particularly when there's just so much bearish sentiment right now. I don't know, but I mean, if you want to yap about it and earn, looks like let's have a look. Always informational based. Sammy, good follow. JMC he's smashing it across all the different info fire. Zamiri also good writer. Hydra is also very well known name in the space. Kieran, part of G2G, he's high on the list. I should chat to him about it, to be honest. Bitman's literally on every leaderboard you go on. Yeah, Wow puts one tweet up and gets on leaderboards. Main character vibes. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I personally am just, I can't be bothered. All right, Farcoin. That was requested. All right, Mindful, I'll get to your comment in a minute. Oh, so VUI aggregates all the perp dexes and what gives you the best rate? Wizard, talk to me a little bit more. Gives you the best rates of like for that trade or liquidity or like order blocks? Like talk to us a little bit about. Farcoin, well, this is about it for Farcoin. If you can't hold this level, I mean, but it's just like if you the higher time frame you zoom out, it's such an M. This is a beautiful M if I've ever seen one, which is a double top for those that maybe don't know what an M is. Double top bearishness, bang, and bear market after that for this token. Pretty much the last line in the sand. You want to see something here, but I mean, all meme coins going to zero. I think it's as simple as that. All meme coins go to zero. All meme coins go to zero. Yeah, okay. So it's just, it aggregates everything and then you trade based on the best rate. Yeah, I mean, interesting, cool. Maybe, look, on-chain is definitely becoming particularly the Binance manipulation that occurred on the 10th of the 10th. Interesting. But I mean, Hyperliquid also still had errors and stuff during that day, like in terms of liquidity and whatnot, and stop losses failing and whatnot. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I think found the best route for your trades, but lowest fees, best liquidity. That's interesting. So how are they making money if it's low fees? How do they make money if did they buy? Like, how do they have approval from these other platforms to be using their liquidity / like numbers and books? Books is probably the word I'm looking for. Okay, Mindful says, hey, Greeny, I'm planning to start dollar cost averaging DCA strategy with Pangu. Oh, dude, I don't know about that. Like, just like if BTC and ETH and Solana are showing what you want to see. Okay, let's talk about this, Mindful. What you want to see is a bottom forming, and unless there's a key bottom form, like, I mean, like in a bull market, you're gonna get corrections like this, right? Okay. Hopefully this is the last one here. Hopefully this is one more bang. Okay, because if it's not, that would bear market is significantly here if we lose these levels. what you want to see form on a bottom is something like this, right? You want to see a rounding bottom form where it stops selling off, right? It can have a deviation or a distribution below or above, whatever the range is, okay? But it needs to start showing a base, or it needs to have a very quick reversal, right? Which I just don't know if it will at this stage. Where are we? Pinging. So I mean, like as you can see here, we like you had a little bit of time here to see that there was a bottom forming. We'll go down and have a look. Okay. So the first sign you want to see is strength. Okay. So the last bottom that I traded it came in here. I didn't time the bottom. I wasn't looking to knife catch the bottom. But where I got interested was when it started to do this. Okay. So the first sign of strong price action from this chart here was this higher low here. Okay. So we had a lower low. We had lower lows for, I don't even know. I don't even, months on months on months. Yeah, so it was April, so about 5 months. And then we had its first high low. So that's the first sign that showed me to be interested in this token. Then we had obviously a high time frame breakout zone. So if I just reduce this a little bit, like arguably we grinded up against resistance here across the space of about a week. That was another sign for me to show, okay, well, maybe if we set a higher low here, this could be a really nice trade for spot out of this breakout zone. And then we put in a high, okay? So we had high, low, high, low, high. So structure is now changed, and that's the sign that you want to be looking for. So that's one of 3 reversals that I look for is a market structure break in terms of price action. So high lows forming, high highs forming, a V-shaped recovery, which I don't think BTC's had a V-shaped recovery in a long time. Let's try and find one. You could probably say I mean, this again, a similar one is a sweep, but a double bottom over here, way back. You got a V-shape kind of there. Personally, it's probably the best one I can find. Maybe something like there potentially as well, where it's really sharp. Whereas Pengu isn't doing that. Or it's the third one that we just spoke about is a rounding bottom, like we spoke about when BTC was down at 53K. Sorry, 15K, way down here, where it's like a rounding bottom. That's what you want to see. Okay, so Pengu, personally, I like risk, but in my opinion right now, it's not really a risk on environment. And then where people lose money is because they start to do they don't realize what it holistically, like what crypto looks like as a whole, right? And right now you shouldn't really be looking for risk on plays until you see strength across not even Bitcoin, but like definitely Bitcoin, but majors, other things, and then other trends start to emerge where people are spreading their liquidity again, where people are starting to allocate their capital, where they're happy to take on risk. Volume on chain has been down. The only reason volume is up right now is because people are trying to long and short the market to farm these airdrops that are coming up. Like as soon as these airdrops stop, you watch, volume will die. Volume will die. And people will go sit in stables or people will go do nothing. So I don't know. I personally, like, and you know me, like I'm here every day and I'm not trying to bullshit you. I'm not trying to create FUD, be bearish or bullish, whatever it is. I've tried to be as objective as possible. But what do you want? You want to see one of those bottoms, and I think you have time is what I'm trying to say. Is you have time for it to do this, or you have time for it to drop. And the thing here is it could drop another 30%. Like why you're putting $1,000 in it? Why lose $300 there? I don't know. That's at least how I like to play it. Again, I'm 9 years in. It took me 7 years to learn these lessons, and finally I started to execute them over the past couple of years. But again, jump in GGG. We discuss this in depth. Q&A all the time. People jump into live streams, ask questions. People ping me and say, hey, Greeny, what about your thoughts here? And I just do exactly what I just discussed there with you. Break it down. Any other chart requests, guys? If not, we'll go 15 minutes till the daily weekly close. We will keep an eye on that and see what happens. All right, so we have a look. So another trade I wanted to take, well, I did take last week, but had shown weakness, was Yeet. So it is at an absolute, it needs to hold this level as well. But I was hoping for this to break out here. But again, the majors showed a lot of weakness. So on-chain plays really showed weakness. And this is on crypto, but is it going to give me volume or not? No, it's not going to give me volume. Yeah, so I mean, has to hold this low. But again, like I'm just not keen to buy things on chain right now if majors are just so uncertain. Virtuals is another one to keep an eye on. It had this breakout, but again, it nearly got to the golden pocket, broke out, rejected. Was holding this level nicely and then fell below support there. So again, I had to cut that. Yeah, the market just looks shit. It really just, it's as simple as that. I mean, let's look at Zcash. So this is interesting. So it looks like it was rejecting, it's struggling around these levels. It is clearly struggling around this level, right? Because this is where previous all-time high was, where people took profits as well. So if it can break this level, it probably does send to $1,000 very quickly, in my opinion. If it can't, then we could see rejection yet again from here. Triple top, maybe kind of play. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in getting in at this. Like, I mean, if you call this breakout trade, GG's on low time frames here. You caught this little breakout trade there. Congrats. I didn't. I was greedy for a little bit lower. And I was pretty keen. But yeah, I mean, like, if you look at this, like, dude, if you're in this from lower, you're an idiot if you haven't taken from. Like, this is what people dream of. Literally. I mean, stochastic is well overextended. We're above the pivot for the weekly, so maybe we still continue a little bit higher. Monthly still has room to go. So yeah, this could easily go higher. 5-day over, 3-day. Right on the 3-day. That's interesting. Daily, we'll pivot back to the upside. So yeah, I think this could easily push higher if the rest of the market holds up. But this is a critical level here. I wanted to look at Asta because that one also pumped. So I took a trade on Asta over the weekend. You could sell it. The rest of the market was selling off. So this is really interestingly like where the market makers of Binance are holding this one up. But yeah, nice breakout here. Potential rejection maybe from Golden Pocket. We'll see. Okay, cool. I just had to read my text message. Right. Cool. All right, so basically, yeah, there's a big level for us. If it can flip, I mean, it's rejected from here before. So if it can break out above this, it definitely goes to 150. If it can't, then it could reject from here. But again, if BTC holds up 93, which it looks like it is going to hold up 93 today, which is good, then yeah, this easily could send to 1.49. I moved stop loss break even on this and took full profits this morning at 618. Again, I wanted some confidence back after taking a 10% loss last week on my perp sport. But again, that was my own mistakes. Too many positions when there was clear weakness on the charts. Dude, it's just wild seeing these prices, to be honest. Like, Solana looks horrific. Like, and no one's trading on Sol anymore, you know? Like, all the on-chain traders don't need to buy Sol anymore, so it's interesting that it's rejected from here. But, like, we are nearly... Yeah, no, not yet. I was going to say nearly. 3 week. I'm sorry. So, I mean, look how aggressive the weekly was. But, hey, again, simple trading strategy, guys. Look, here's a simple trading strategy. Okay, resistance from highs. So, wick here. High here, deviation above, or whatever you call it, distribution. Okay. Either way, you look at it, same as the high, deviation. Okay, either or, go there. Aligned it with the last cycle high. Oh my gosh, resistance key level. So that's the first thing to look at. Second, this is our range. We've been holding 120, deviation below / distribution below multiple times. Retest. So clear bottom, clear top now. Okay, so this is our range. Solana's literally been in a range since the beginning of 24. Now, why was I bearish and why have I not held Solana since the basically since it broke here, to be honest, February 25? Was because of this resistance, top of the range, and then this. It broke its trend, guys. This is what BTC you don't want to see on BTCs, okay? Where it used this as support, it broke. Okay, as soon as it goes below this level, okay, that shows weakness, right? And unless you reclaim and do something like that, then it's over, man. And that's why I was saying, like, if we can't see something like that, dude, this looks so bearish. And then you've got overextended weekly stochastic momentum, and it even give you the short indicator. This is a goated indicator. If you want it, it's not mine. It's Crown Cryptos, but the link's in GTG in the server. Highly recommend it. I mean, it's not even Crown's. I think someone else built it, and then he just sells it. But yeah, anyways, the bottom of Solana not in yet, in my opinion, in terms of stochastic, which is basically just moving averages, RSI, whatever you want to call it. It has a volatility here, as you can see as well. The colored line here that varies. It has DMI, which I personally don't use the DMI. But just basically a really good indicator to track sort of like how price. Let me just turn this down. Just basically, whenever you're overextended, whenever you're bottomed, It does obviously have the buy and short, the short and long indicator, which as you can see here. So I would have been short a little bit earlier, but you could have shorted from the 0.75 of the range. And it actually had the long indicator here too. So where did it ask you to long from or tell you? Again, you don't blindly long into things because this, yeah, I mean, if you had your stop loss below the low, you would have been fine here. But I mean, if you just took a long on the week, stop loss here, targeting the top, you might not have got TP. But yeah, it's not a great R&R. So, I mean, it's just an interesting indicator to use for the long and the short. But yeah, I use it as more of a momentum understanding on multiple time frames. So yeah, big levels about 130. Big levels. It's crazy to think about Solana 130 again. It's crazy to think about, but hey, I did expect it. But again, no one's really trading on chain, so no reason to really hold it. You could argue the same thing about Ethereum. Oh, dude, I didn't even notice this. ETH is back in its range now as well. Hectic. All right, let's fix up this chart a little bit. There we go. 0 and the high. High is okay. Oh, it's back as 0.5 nearly. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, look at this. Like, there's still so much pressure to the downside. So for this to really start to put in a reversal, we need price to either go sideways where it is, or it needs to dump more. I am on a myriad market for ETH to hit 2.5K rather than 5K. I don't know if we get it. I hope we get it. 2.5's down here, but anyways, let's zoom in on B2C because it is looking very nice here. Very nice sweep of liquidity. Do we have a high looking to form here? Very shortly we do. 15-minute, really nice grab of liquidity. Dude, that's that's perfect textbook right there. So yeah, now you got this little mini range. Can it break out of this little mini range? All right. So, I mean, you could argue it's there as well. This is the top. So this might really be the reversal sign if we can break above this range here on low time frame. But we got a 6-minute close, weekly/daily candle. Guys, if you're in Sydney, in Australia, you want to come and listen to some crypto chats. Next weekend, Craig and I will be down in Sydney chatting with a bunch of other people in the space. Massive shout out to everyone who's going to be down there. But yeah, come and check us out. We'll be literally down there, guys, chatting at AusCryptoCon next weekend in Sydney. We'll be going to a few of the events as well. Should be lots of fun. Yeah, come check it out. We'll be on Sunday. I'm speaking Saturday afternoon. Here we go. There's the speaker tab. So I'm speaking Saturday afternoon with Dave, who created ACC, and then Craig and I are speaking on the Sunday at 10:30 a.m. So there you go. 3 o'clock on Saturday and 10:30 a.m. on the Sunday. Oh, Big Harry's on here as well now. I met him as well. Dude, I know so many people on this list. Anyways, we got about a week. We got a weekly/daily close inbound, guys. You're welcome, Mindful. You're welcome, Legend. You're welcome. Wizard Pengu, mate. Drop a sub on the channel. I just noticed you're not subbed. You're not subbed. All right, so we'll just see what price action does. To be really bullishy, you would want to see this really get this last little 5-minute pump up before the close. But I mean, this is a really nice reaction. We have front run the critical FVG level of liquidity on the weekly and the daily. So big gap here between 92 and 89 or 88.8. But yeah, what I'm watching is how far do we come down here and what is the pivot? If it's still at like 110, 107, that means we're in for more probably just pain or like probably not anything too serious. But if it starts to come down to the 20th percentile and closes back towards maybe like closer to 100K, that'd be very interesting for me. It would be very interesting for me. All right. So we got, let's have a look, 15 minutes. And we'll have a Monday range trade potentially this week as well. Wizard Pengu says, I'll sub when this airdrop comes through. Which airdrop? You mean the abstract airdrop? We don't even know when TG is going to be. We don't even know when TG is going to be. All Right, so I'm long. My average entry on my long. Have a look. 93.6. Interesting. So about here. That's not the worst. Only a very small position. It's regaining the confidence. I mean, Wizard Pengu, if you spend money on coffees and stuff throughout the month, you could sacrifice one coffee for the sub. Maybe I'll do another G2G giveaway for new subs this week. I have to chat to Craig about that. See what's up. And see what is happening. All right, and as well, before the daily week goes, guys, if we get to 1,500 followers, there might be a little special giveaway, I reckon. So if you don't follow us already, if you're watching this on Twitter and you don't follow us on Twitter, GC Crypto TV, go click follow right now. There might be exclusive opportunity for our giveaway very soon. Our followers, if we get to 1,500 very soon, very, very, very soon. All right, guys. Oh, a bit of a bearish wick here to close the daily. All right, let's have a look. So as you can see, the daily is literally at the 10th percentile. When was the last time the daily was this low? Wow, the daily has not been this low. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, we saw a little low in September, but not really. This is the lowest we've seen it. It's since June 24. Wow. Wow. Definitely something to marvel at. Now, I want to actually talk about, I forgot to talk about MACD. We'll talk about that after. People talk about the death cross. Like, come on, man. People only look at the weekly, man. It's the monthly you want to be looking at. It's the monthly you want to be looking at. This is, the monthly looks, the monthly doesn't look good. All right, here we go. Oh, that's a nice, actually, now that we look at the hour candle, really nice interest there. Bullish engulfing and then doing big wicks. Price action on BTC has been so weird lately. All right. So we got 1 minute. Let's go back to the daily. Auto and auto. Let's move back to, we don't need it on this chart specifically for now. And we want stochastic. All right, where are we coming in? Let's see where we come in. Oh, it's in VUI is supposed to TG in a couple of weeks. I'm 10th place in points. Oh, dude, you killed it, bro. Congrats, man. Congrats. All right, well, I hope to see you sub in whatever 2 weeks time then. Hope it cooks. What are you expecting? How much? Like 5-figure bag? Five-figure bag. All right, here we go. So 97.9 and 115. So let's say 98 and 115. The current levels, the current pivots. Let's see where we come in. Because this is critical for a potential reversal. Are we close enough for the next week to give us an opportunity for us to reverse? Is critical. All right. So 97.9. Here we go. The daily candle isn't that strong. Dude, we had 96.3. Oh, I was hoping for lower. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. 96.4 is the pivot. Okay, so is that top of this range? Yeah, okay. So if BTC can get back above these sort of wicks that we've had over the past couple of days, that insinuates that maybe we start to see a daily bottom here. Oh, dude, the 12-hour looks so overextended to the downside. And it's, dude, this actually... Dude, 8 hours, like, so low. 12-hour. No, I was looking to see if we have any bullish divergence. Oh, could have a 4-hour hidden bullish divergence here. Price goes lower. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm long here, so let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. All right, weekly 105. So it came down $10,000, guys. It came down $10,000, but it's still at the 23rd percentile, so it's still a long way to go. I think it's going to be a interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week. I like this. I like us front running this, though. This is bullish, the fact that we front run the FVG. So keep an eye on that. We might get a retest. Looks like we could get a retest, potentially lower. I personally have spot bids all the way down to 74. But I will be looking at potentially longing this market if we do see some more downside price action. All right, what's nah, boy is supposed to be no, moon math is crazy, but on the super low, I think it'll be 50K. On the low side, 50K, bro. You printed. Let's go, Wizard. How long have you been farming that? I remember when it came out on Cookie. Like, wait, so this is on the platform. Did you talk about it on Twitter as well? Because it looks like people on Cookie are gonna get, yeah, they could get 50K as well. That's crazy. Wait, so I'll get some. Oh my God, no way. Dude, what? Oh no, I might need to put a tweet out to stay in the top 500. How much do I get? I get 0.1 allocated for 300. What's the TG supposed to be? That price, we can look at total 2, 3. Yeah, we can look at those before we end the stream. What's TG Wizard? What's TG supposed to be? So maybe we could do some moon math around. If I'm a top, oh, dude, I'm right on the border of top 500 snappers. 493. Can I go to the page where I'm at? No, it only shows the top 100. I might need to put a tweet out. Oh, no, wait. How is this allocated? Can it... Is it top... Who gets the rewards? Is it... Yeah, snappers. So it's not capital mind share. It's mind share. So I'm 300. So I'm fine. Right? I'm right and understand that, right? You got to... Wait, bro. You got to do a pre-claim. Have I lost the window to do a pre-claim? Man, this is what happens when you travel. So I traveled last month, and I completely didn't even think about this. All right, talk to me, Wizard. Do I need to like pre-claim here or do something? Surely, no, but is Cookie different? Like, is this top creators? Like, is Cookie different? Oh no, it is the capital mindshare campaign. There we go. So capital mind is additional layer to campaigns. Creators who drive attention, commit capital to the project, earn high rewards. Commit capital, refer others to do so. Post on X, grow capital market share, earn high rewards. So it is top 500 snappers of capital mind share. So I'm 493. Interesting. It's pretty bullish if it's the first one on the platform. So when does this end then? Okay. I don't really care about this. I just want to know when. I just told me what that was. I already knew what that was. So I might have a spot in the pre-sale rather than the... But what's this earning bit though? They get 1.92 of the token supply as an airdrop, I would assume. So do I need to do anything, or like this is meet at least one objective? I swear I already put my wallets on this platform. I need to go. I need to send someone I need to send Jamsey a DM and say, hey, bro, what? Like, do I need to do something for this? Okay. The sale goes live tomorrow. So the pre-sale goes live tomorrow. What's the minimum max bid of that? Are we, dude, pre-sale? What's the upside on the pre-sale? Have they done? It links your cookie allocation to the website. Okay. Wizard, can you like DM me on Twitter or something so I can check this out? So it's just this website, right? Yeah, there's the link. So it's done via a third party. Oh, dude, I hate connecting my Twitter to stuff. Is it really a market to be pre-sale though? Like, I don't know if I'd rather just try and qualify for the airdrop. Oh, so top 100 with a guaranteed allocation. So that's not me. Okay. Interesting. I'll check it out. It's a 112 raise for 1%. Right, you just followed me. Mhm. Why can't I see that? You should be able to DM me, even though I can't see. Just send me a DM. Have you got a different name? Anyways, guys, been great to hang out with you. We'll have a quick look at total as per Pricey's request, who is a long-term viewer of the show. Guys, if you're new here, drop a follow, drop a sub on Kick. Giving some subscriber only benefits. We always have and we always will. So drop a sub, guys. Yeah, total crypto market cap has to hold this level for me personally. Has to hold this level for me. Otherwise, it's not good. Not good. Total 2, I don't even look at it anymore. I don't even look at total 2. Total 3, I also don't look at anymore. It also had, like, I was hoping for this and it never happened. So quite bearish. The one I look at is total 3 minus stablecoins minus BTC minus ETH. This is your altcoin chart. And if you have a look, 2017, 2018 was the peak. 2021 wasn't even as relative to there. Okay. And then obviously this has been altcoins this cycle. Meme coins here. Look at the meme coin. We had a meme coin super cycle and it didn't even break out. So everyone's calling for an altcoin season. This is the chart that will show me if we get an altcoin season. So we are bottom though. It's interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, I mean, we've just had a little rally. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on what BTC does. If BTC can chop between, like, say, 95 and 110, yeah, we could see a little bit of a rally here on alts. And BTC dominance continues to reject from 60%, which it has shown that it doesn't. Like, this is a pivotal level, 60%. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, I don't know. Others as well. I mean, others hasn't really done much recently. It's been chopping sideways since the beginning of 2024 as well. Hasn't done much. And then others' dominance has shown a lot of weakness. So that just shows you people aren't really interested yet in tokens outside of the top 10 as well. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of insight, guys. Again, these are all the charts I check every day. I chat with GTG about this. If you're keen to join GTG, the link is in the description below. Join one of the most successful and active trading communities in the world for crypto. I've dropped a permanent sale, so check it out. Check it out. Can't DM you at Wizard Pengu. All right, hold on. I'll just look you up before I end the stream. Wizard Pengu. All right, got you, bro. For some reason, you didn't show up in my followers. That's weird. Oh, I already follow. It says I follow you already. I'll DM you once it loads. All right, I DM'd you. All right, did it come through? The new chat on Twitter is so annoying. All right, I think it's coming through now. Uh, yeah, there we go. All right, it's came through. All right, easy. Appreciate you. All right, cool, guys. As always, shout out to OKX, our partner, and shout out to Yeet, our other partner, guys. As you can see here, I'm using OKX currently to spot bid. Hopefully, we do go low. I kind of want us to go low. But massive shout out to them. If you're keen to get started, guys, they obviously have an earn feature on the platform as well. They have self-managed super fund and so much more. The safest exchange, literally in crypto. Absolutely privileged to be part of the OKX. If you're keen to sign up, it's in the down below description down below, guys. As always, massive shout out to them. And we will be talking with OKX literally on Sunday at Oz CryptoCon. And then, as always, if you want to have a punt, guys, they do have a sports book. It probably ends maybe now. It was over the weekend. They had double airdrop points for Yeet. As always, check it out. We're giving away cash, but we're also they have a 40% community airdrop. So do check that one out as always, guys. If you sign up, we're keeping an eye on who's signing up as well in the current weekly volume as well. So, hey, we're at 67 last week. So good to see we're up about 10K. We should be arguably up at 30K consistently every week. So, guys, don't forget to check it out and trade over there. Now they have a sports book. I think that's very competitive. I do think that's very competitive. As always, guys, thanks for hanging with me. Massive shout out to Craigie Boy as well. Hopefully he does recover for tomorrow as well. He had a bit of migraine, unfortunately, which is not good. Angelo, thanks for tuning in. Ponky, thanks for tuning in. Yana, thanks for tuning in. Alex on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Legend as well. Appreciate you guys. Wizard, thanks for having a good chat with me as well. Massive shout out to Price as well on YouTube. Very much appreciate you tuning in, Legend, and everyone else who contributed to the stream, to the chat, guys. We'll be back again live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time if you're over this side of the world. Have a lovely Sunday night if you're in Europe or in America. If you're in Australia, enjoy the start to this fine Monday morning. As always, see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.